Okay. We're hanging out someplace really special today. We are at my family's greenhouse and nursery operation. It was started when I was a little kid by my grandfather, and my aunt and uncle run it now today. They have this amazing apple tree in their chicken yard. Their chickens eat really good. They have tons of fruit left they weren't able to pick, so they said that we could come on down and grab whatever we want. There's a lot of poo and a lot of mud. And I should have brought my boots. Could be a good thumbnail.
This? Yeah. Like that?
Where? Oh,
Well, we're definitely gonna get 5 tails.
well, I don't know how we're gonna fit all 5. Don't pull too hard on the tree, honey. Remember? Do you remember how to get it off without damaging the tree?
You can leave the full pails just outside of the car.
I had to damage the tree. Hey, you gotta come in here and eat it.
I gotta come in there?
Wow, it's cool down here. It's like a little fort or something. Yeah.
And the problem is, where are we gonna fit 5 full pails in the car? 'Cause I
Good
got the
question.
stroller.
I think we can fit them all.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Otherwise, send them to my mom and then pick them up.
Daddy.
Shh, don't yell. Pick
No.
them up later.
No, I'm a farm boy. We'll figure it out. So I wonder what that is on there.
You know what? I think I know what that's called, and I can't remember off the top of my head.
Is it some sort of blight or something?
Look at all those ones up there.
I know they look really great.
I just can't reach up there.
Here's a classic reason why you chop them off when they get tall.
Right.
So they grow wide and down, but not. Can't reach them.
I can do that.
So here's where just one tree in your yard, you could have a lot of cider, a lot of applesauce,
Yep.
a lot of pies,
From just one
a
tree.
lot of fresh eating. Yeah, from just one
A
tree.
lot of hard cider. This area here where the apples are is like catnip for clowns for my children. They're just going absolutely bananas between all the chickens running around and the apples. You'd think they haven't been let outside from their cages in like a year.
Mom! Dad, you need to see the chicken! Come over here! Guys, come over! Guys!
I had a couple of them earlier. Ooh, look at that.
What are you doing? Hi. How are you? Huh? You silly, huh? Yeah. I'm a smiley boy. Yeah. Yeah, you're so happy. Oh, you're always happy. When I started dating Sarah, we were just kids, teenagers. I was like 16, and Sarah's grandpa was still alive, so he was here all the time tinkering on things, which sometimes appeared to be more like getting in the way of everybody. But yeah, he was a cool guy.
We managed to pick about 5 5-gallon buckets worth of apples, which I think equals, about 3 bushels of apples, which is a lot of apples. It totally filled the trunk of my car, where they sat for about a week and a half until today, when we're ready to work on these. We really wanted to make some cider. Actually, what we really want to do is make some hard cider. So we've got some of the equipment that we need to do that. The problem is, how do you turn the apple into the juice to turn into cider when you don't have an apple press? Apple presses can be a little bit expensive. We didn't want to invest in buying one. We also didn't want to take the time to build our own, which is absolutely a possibility, just not something that was going to work out for us this year. So we decided to get out our juicer, turn it all into juice, and then turn that into our hard cider. Follow along in my messy kitchen today as I get working on the apples. First thing I'm going to do is cut up all of the apples. With an apple press, I wouldn't have to do that, but our juicer, I can hear kids screaming in the other room. With our juicer, we can only fit smaller pieces at a time. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut them all up and just take the seeds out while I'm at it and get going. I have a lot of apples to work with. What am I doing next? I'm gonna juice next. I haven't used this juicer in, I don't know, a really long time. And I don't remember how much output I get from how much I put in. So this is gonna be a fun experiment to see how many apples it takes to get a little bit or a lot of juice. Either way, behind me I have a clean and sanitized 5-gallon bucket ready for juice. And we're gonna see how much we get. This is gonna be fun. So that got me not even a quarter of the bucket full, and I still have a lot of apples behind me here. That's going to be a lot of chopping and a lot of juicing, and I'm running out of daylight. I think it might be time for another cup of coffee.
This plastic's so high.
Sometimes the things that are good in theory, not so much in real life. Over 3 hours and counting.
All right, well, this took a long time to accomplish. We are done. By we, I mean Sarah. She took this entire thing on by herself. It took her close to 7 hours or about theirs to get this all done. The juice was definitely worth the squeeze.
It's tasty.
But all I can say is our idea, which to be fair, I picked up off of YouTube, our idea of, oh, let's use it, our juicer,
Yeah.
was the most idiotic thing we could have possibly done. There is a reason why people use fruit presses to press fruit.
Yes.
So the big problem with what happened is it creates like this thick foam when you juice, which I guess we knew, but I thought that would like come out.
Well,
Didn't you kind of think it would just
Yeah.
like kind of come out?
And we've never juiced this volume before.
Yeah, and when you
So
juice, you
when
don't
you
end
juice,
up with
like, a
pure
little bit,
juice.
right.
Like that's even the selling point of these juicers
that
is
it's got a
usually you
little
get
bit
all
of
the
that-
enzymes in it
Yeah.
or
Okay.
whatever nonsense, which is really just pulp, really.
Yeah.
It's full of pulp. But that pulp created this foam and it was like, I came in and looked at it.
It started forming like a really thick, solid layer
Hard.
on top of the bucket.
I mean, it was 6
So it's
inches
hard to
in the
even
bucket
pour,
of
yeah.
it that I had to remove,
Scoop out.
right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we just really couldn't get any juice out of it. We have 2 buckets full
Of just the pulp and scraps.
of the pulp and the scraps and the juicy stuff.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
dog was loving it. She was coming over stealing out of
Yeah.
the bucket all day.
So we got, looks like about 4 gallons. So I'll have to adjust
Calculations.
the calculations. The yeast will be fine, but I'm gonna have to adjust some of the other calculations. But I would guess that we should end up with a solid 3 gallons by the time we're completely done with it. So that's still
don't
pretty
think-
good.
Look over my shoulder, you can kind of see
Yeah, this is the bucket right
where
here.
it's at.
So we are gonna be turning that into hard cider. It's gonna take about a month to do. I picked up everything I need to make it yesterday.
Mhm.
So that'll be an experiment that you guys will get to see and follow along, and hopefully we can make some good hard cider. We'll find out.
Yeah.
So on a level of 1 to 10, how in trouble am I for making you do this?